What's up, everybody? My name is Zaz, and today I'm going to be talking about if I were a superhero and what I would do if I were a superhero. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. I'm just going to go ahead and come straight off and say, if I were a superhero, I probably would not be like the mainstream type of superhero where you fly around and save people and all that stuff. No, I'd probably be doing fun things in my life or things that really help me. So that's kind of the stuff I'm going to be talking about. So the first thing I'd like to say is school. In school stuff, you always get homework. I have homework like every single day. And if I were a superhero, if I had to choose my abilities, one of them would have to be just being able to finish things instantly. So if I had schoolwork or homework or something or a test, I would just be able to like snap my fingers or just kind of think in my head, and then bam, the homework or the test or whatever is completely done. And also the thing about it, it would be 100% right. So I'd be getting 100% all the time. And also another thing, getting stuff done really quickly is chores. If you're at home and you have a lot of chores or something like that, then you would just be able to like have your super speed or something like that, and you'd be able to get your chores done instantly, and then your parents would be like, wow, this is amazing, I can't believe you did all your chores and all that stuff, because you'd have superhero powers, and you'd be able to do that type of stuff. Also, another thing is transportation. Superman can fly, and if you would be able to fly, then you wouldn't really need a car, or you wouldn't need a plane to fly like across country or something like that. You would just be able to fly, and you'd be able to fly super fast. Also, especially if you had super speed, you'd be able to fly extremely fast, and you would not need any of that type of stuff at all. And also, you'd be able to see through things that you wouldn't really normally be able to see through, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. And also, another thing, you'd be able to control people, and controlling people also kind of has to do with like getting homework or chores done or all of that type of stuff. So if you needed like someone to do your homework, or someone like needs to pay you back or something, you'd be able to like make them do your homework or something, even though you'd be able to get it done instantly if you had that ability. It'd still be something pretty fun to do, especially if you are someone that likes to play pranks on people. If you would like to play a prank on someone, you'd be able to control them by making them like hit themselves in the face or trip in front of everybody. Or you could even make it something that would be really funny. You could just make their like pants fall down instantly. So instead of having to pants them, their pants just fall down instantly, and then everybody laughs, So that'd be really funny and stuff that would be pretty fun to do if you were a superhero. Now, also, I wasn't able to bring down the ability choices down to one ability that I would like to have if I had to be a superhero, so I went ahead and I chose 3 abilities. Now, of course, the first thing would probably have to be flying. I'm sure a lot of people would choose that. Super speed would be really nice, but I think flying would just be the best type of thing, because you'd be able to see everything, you wouldn't have anything in your way, and flying would just be really cool, and you'd be able to go really fast without super speed and all of that type of stuff. Another thing I would like to have is something like telekinesis. Telekinesis would be really cool, make things float and all of that type of stuff. I'm not sure exactly what all is in telekinesis, but I know you can make things float, and you'd also be able to make yourself float. But if you were able to fly, then you would not need telekinesis in the first place, unless you just wanted to pick things up and you could like throw things at people, and that'd be really cool. And also, another ability that I would probably choose is mind reading. I couldn't really think of anything else, but I think mind reading would be really cool, because then if someone that you didn't like or something, you thought they were talking about you, you'd be able to read their mind, and then they wouldn't like even know. You'd be like, hey, I heard you were talking about me and saying all this stuff about me, and they would be like, I didn't tell that, but you would be able to know because they were thinking it in their head, so you would know that they were thinking. But something that's kind of bad about being a superhero is that if you wanted to keep it a secret, it'd probably be pretty hard to keep it a secret, because if you kept all these things and you kept on doing them like schoolwork and chores and getting them done perfectly and quickly every single time you had that type of stuff, it'd probably be pretty hard to hide it because of all the things that you'd be able to do. So then you would have to be able to do just normal human things sometimes, and that'd be pretty boring. Now, the last thing I'd like to say, what would you do if you were a superhero? Leave a comment down below in the description section under the like button on what you would like to do if you were a superhero. If you want to, you can choose one ability you would be, or 3 abilities, or 2 abilities, anything, and you can comment that down below in the description. Or you can also just say a specific superhero you would like to be in the description as well. I mean, in the comment section, my bad, right under the like button. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to comment, rate, and also subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. See ya, everybody. Bye.
Deathmatch. Fight to the end.
If I were a superhero, I guess I could pick from the many superheroes we already have, right? Like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. That's a whole lot of man, isn't it? Do we even have any female superheroes? Let's see, we have that cat lady. Yeah, nobody likes her. Who else do we have? Oh, I got it! Wonder Woman. Can I change my gender for this serial? This commentary, I mean? F it, just F it all. We're doing it this way. I don't care if it disqualifies me. I want to be a sexy female superhero. I want to have them bracelets, you know, pew pew, and I want to have that awesome invisible plane. I just want to fly around while people look at me take a dump. But all jokes and small amount of sexism aside, people, I think if I had the opportunity to become a superhero and pick one of my choice, I would definitely choose Goku. What's that you say? Goku's not a superhero. Well, why the hell not? I guess it all depends on the way you think of the word superhero, right? I mean, here's a guy who thinks he's human, has no recollection whatsoever about being super powerful. All he really knows is that he's a bit different. A bit different, that is, because he has a tail. But even then, his grandfather tells him he has a tail and that everybody else has a tail. Now, of course, eventually he does grow up to learn his past and the fact that he has these abilities. But what does he do? He chooses to master those abilities. And of course, while mastering those abilities, he's using them to protect the people of Earth. The people he grew up thinking he was in the first place. And not only that, but a lot of the times he chose not to take any credit for it. You don't see Superman doing that. If your name isn't Lois Lane, you're probably gonna die. So if you can make sacrifices like that, sacrifices for people you don't even personally know, but you choose to protect them, and more than 90% of the time you don't even take credit for it, tell me how the hell that's not being a superhero? Ooh, all of a sudden some of you Goku haters are now shutting your mouths, aren't you? Which brings me to this. The men and women of our armed forces. Now that, in a lot of cases in itself, is the definition of not taking credit for what you did to protect others. So I definitely see them as superheroes as well. So what's that got to do with if I were a superhero? Well, a long time ago I sort of chose to do that as well. Unfortunately, I'm almost in my 30s now and I'm in a situation where I can't quite do that anymore. Oh, don't get your panties in a bunch about politically correctness. Because I don't really care if you think the military are a bunch of assholes, you know what I mean? There's always those people who think you shouldn't be brainwashed into doing something like that. But I'm not one of those people. And it's not being brainwashed. The fact is, joining the military is a choice. Just like how entering this competition was a choice. And just like how Goku was my choice. First in, last out. That's the mindset of a Marine. If you sign up for the Marines, you go in knowing that's gotta be your mindset. No one's forcing you to sign that contract. And a lot of people go in knowing that they're going to have shitty pay and that they're gonna be formed, bruised and battered into that mentality of, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing it because I chose to, and I'm doing it because I'm gonna protect the people. Whether it be their rights or whatever, I'm gonna protect the people. That is a hero. Maybe you don't think it's a superhero, but I do. Now at my age and my condition, I'm no longer able to be a Marine. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm unable to become a hero. I can still be all about the people and myself. And, like Goku, I won't be taking credit for it. I'm already on a mission, and hopefully sometime soon, I'll complete that mission. I'm trying to become a firefighter. A full-time firefighter, and EMT. Hey, maybe someday you'll be calling me your hero. But that's not exactly why I'm trying to do it. Like Goku, I won't exactly be taking credit for any of the stuff that I do. For one, because I know I won't be the only one doing it. I'll be surrounded by a whole bunch of other people who are passionate about the same things that I am. And that's what I call a brotherhood. Now, we won't necessarily be a legion of superheroes, but we probably will be saving a lot of lives. Of course, I wouldn't mind having Goku's instant transmission powers because, hell, who doesn't need to skip a drive every once in a while? I want to stick my fingers on my forehead and be halfway across the world. That would be friggin' awesome. So if I were a superhero, I would save lives. And it takes a lot of training and concentration to do stuff like that. Hey, now I'm kinda curious. What would you do if you were a superhero? Or who would you pick if you were to choose which superhero you wanted to be? What powers do you want? Or do you want to be like me and pick a superhero to look up to and then follow your dreams and become one in a certain way? You should definitely let me know in the comments below, because I will definitely be reading all of those and responding to the ones that are addressed to myself and my questions. I'm Blue Manic. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay commentary. It's now coming to a close. As this game comes to a close, don't forget to leave a like for Serial Assassin down below. And as always, don't forget to vote for your favorite commentator and commentary. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next round.